Job discrimination is real. But if you have a hairdo that looks like that represents you just got out of jail, what do you expect? I wouldn't hire you either. Let's find out what happened to this Gary PD police officer. He was rapidly fired. This is home of Michael Jackson, Gary, Indiana. Shithole. Famous shithole, but let's go ahead and talk about it.
Chance Johnson says Gary's police chief gave him an ultimatum days after he was sworn in. Cut your braids in 24 hours or be terminated. He says he thought the department would allow him to keep his hair because of his religion, but he was fired the next day. Tonight he is calling for change and his job back. These cornrow braids that Chance Johnson has been growing for more than 4 years are the subject of what he calls an unjust move by the Gary Police Department. Johnson says he was fired last month because he wouldn't cut his hair.
It represents strength. It allows me to represent myself and my faith and myself as a person.
Johnson says he practices the Rastafarian religion. He says hair is seen as a symbol of strength, identity, and pride, and cutting it would go against his religious beliefs.
When black people were brought over to America, one of the first things that was done was their hair was cut off to strip them from their identity. It represents my faith and what I stand for.
Johnson, his wife, and 4 kids moved from Dallas to Gary for the officer position.
Damn, that's a downgrade. You moved from Dallas to Gary? Damn. And that's not a professional hairdo. You gotta line that shit up and get a fade, man. Sorry that happened to you, but that's not professional. I mean, if you go out into the workforce, even in the office culture, you're not gonna see a lot of black guys with cornrows and shit. I mean, if you wanted to go to jail, that's maybe where you should have went.
He says he passed every test and was offered the job.
I wanted to be that police officer that if I seen something wrong going on, I can step in and do the right thing.
A Gary City Council member posted this photo on Facebook showing Johnson and the new recruits during their swearing-in ceremony. That day, Johnson says the commander told him the chief had a problem with his hair.
I said, okay, sir, I had no idea that this could be a problem, but I do have a religious accommodation form that I wanted to submit to you. And he didn't say anything else. He just said, okay, I'll talk to you after the ceremony.
Johnson says he contacted HR right away to seek a religious accommodation to keep his hair. About a week later, Johnson says the police chief scheduled a meeting with him, stating he had 24 hours to cut his braids or he'd be terminated, citing safety reasons.
If it's about safety, why is it that the females get to keep their hair? And then that's when he told me that he didn't have to answer my questions, and now this is getting to be more of an argument, and he wasn't happy.
That's another thing. Men and women will never be equal. Ready to face it, especially in the workforce. Y'all just gonna have to let that shit go. I can say that because I work in healthcare. When you work in healthcare, you're gonna be around mostly women. Yeah.
Johnson says he was fired the next day. He believes his civil rights were violated, citing Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Title VII prohibits private, state, and local government employers with 15 or more employees from discriminating on the basis of race, sex, national origin, and religion.
He said in the state of Indiana, they don't have to accommodate religious requests. I never heard of anything like that.
Most jobs don't follow that. Let's just be real. Most employers, they don't go that far into defending religion because a lot of them don't care. They'll do anything to bend and break the rules. Maybe a large liberated organization might just ignore it. Indiana is mostly conservative, so you're going to have to go to somewhere like California, somewhere on the West Coast. You're going to have to go to a liberal place, either New York, Philadelphia, somewhere, if you want to get away with that hair. Being a sworn police officer, that's pretty much what you're going to have to do. But when you go to conservative areas like Indiana, he was better off going to Chicago. But I don't.
Reached out to the city of Gary and the Gary Police Department. A spokesperson for the city of Gary responded by saying, quote, "The city of Gary can confirm this is a personnel matter that we are reviewing. We are committed to fair treatment of all employees and compliance with applicable employment laws." Johnson says he wants Gary PD to be held accountable and he wants his job back, but not if it means cutting his hair.
It's nice and neat and professional looking. I don't think anybody should be terminated for their religious beliefs.
I mean, what can you say? That's going to go back and forth. And then with all the time and energy put into that, about time they give in to grant his wishes, he's going to find probably a better job somewhere else in another city. That sucks that he moved his wife and his family out there from another state just to get fired after accepting a job. So hopefully this young man finds a better job in a better city. This is Cali Vale. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.